Good morning. I'm Victoria Savage, Nurse Savage on your side, your wisdom guided oracle. And I welcome you to my channel, my live stream, whatever you're watching. If you're on YouTube, it would be lovely if you would like and subscribe and hit the notification bell so you know when I go live. I have lots to offer, and I particularly have lots to offer today. I just completed a 4-day retreat with amazing facilitators and the women that came, and we learned more about ourselves. The wounds that can lead us, the goddesses that can walk with us, and who we are in the middle of all of it. And so it was a lovely place, lovely everything. And then we returned to real life. And I returned, as I'm sure all of us did, quite high vibe, and then not wanting to kind of settle back into real life. And of course, all the tumultuousness that is going on in the world. We're living in a flipping crazy world right now with lots of changes. And you can be feeling like you're on a tilt-a-whirl, a roller coaster, any number of things that you might be feeling as you navigate this. So what do we do about that? I mean, it gets really old to feel like we're under the gun all the time, or that we keep getting stuff that we can't handle. We're too overwhelmed by. And I can offer you a few things, and the goddesses have come through, and the shamans, and both, and a few other things were there this weekend. Goddess energy, the shaman energy within the people that came, and the facilitators are just an amazing group, and but the others that came sharing their energy, their wisdom, their insights were every bit as powerful in the healing aspects and the shifting aspects and the stepping into our aspects. And part of the reason was the love that was there, the acceptance that was there of each one of us being so different from the other, but not needing to be any different than we are. We are all necessary in this huge transformation. Good morning, Julia. In this huge shifting time. And we had opinions and life experiences and all of that as different as night and day. And it was all wonderful. So, the first thing that I believe can help you navigate all that's coming through is to stay curious. When you believe you know the answers, or that you have completed your book of knowledge, particularly as you get up in years, we can tend to lose the creativity of curiosity. That's where creativeness comes from, is being curious about what else is possible. What if? We, and societally, we have been told that as we age, we diminish. And nothing could be further from the truth. We ripen into these sweet vessels of great understanding. And as the younger selves out there listening to this, you want to reach out. And it may not be your own family member. Some of us came from really messed up lives. And one of the things that has really come to me over the past several months, well, a couple years, has been the number. I work primarily with women because that's who follow me. It's not exclusive. I love men, but they're not the ones that generally reach out to me. But it is the volume of women who have not been held by their mothers or those significant women in their life, who have not been held into the gentleness of the breast. Some of my favorite hugs are from large women, the softness, the love that envelops you. And this weekend, we were in a hot pool a bunch, and every single one of us was naked. And all of us, almost give or take one, all of us were full figured, beautiful women. And all of us, including the one who was not so full figured, had received body shaming and body dysmorphia, which means looking at our bodies and seeing something very different than what is there, and not being taught to accept what is there. Hey, ya Maggie. And so I invite you to listen to these cards, the reading that's coming up between the goddesses and the shamans, and take in what resonates with you, take in what you feel soothes that core wound that you've got, whatever that looks like. But for many women, it is that wound of the physical, and who we are must be different than who we are. And this was a very calculated thing done to us, well, pretty much throughout history, that we were never going to be enough and what we are is never right. So I invite you to let those go and listen to what the goddesses have to share with you. So the first goddess that came up, and this is like a reflection of where we are, and this is pessimism. This is listening to all that we're being told is happening in the world, all the dissension, all the upheaval, all the infighting, all the destruction, and believing it as the only thing that is going on. Now, that's the important part, believing it as the only thing that is going on. Thank you, Maggie. My feather earrings. I have many sets I've created for you all. And so, that being said, I have zero way for you to actually purchase them at this point, but I've got them made. So we'll be working on that. Pessimism. It is such a contractive energy. It is such a prickly energy, and it is such an insidious energy that gets us into the place of thinking that this future that is coming is horrible, limiting, contracting, awful, painful. And the truth is, there is going to be some pain. There is going to be some breakdown before the build up. We're in that third stage of the birth process, which I've said many times. It's that time when any woman that did it without pain medicine said, I can't do this. This is too hard. This hurts too much. And we're going to see some of that, because you have to open up. You have to create space to give birth. The space that's being created is the breakdown. It is the thing that needs to happen in order for this new way, this new world, this new life can come through. And this weekend and at the retreats I offer, that's exactly what you see. The new way of living together, of supporting one another, of no competition, of enough for everyone. If you choose to step into that kind of a living situation within yourself, come to this retreat I've got in May, because I can tell you, and just as they said about this retreat that I attended this weekend, which is so true, there's going to be the before you, before this retreat, and the after you, because you're going to step into the truth of who you are, the truth of the wounds and how they've shaped you, and how you are simply magnificently so much more because of them. But we're not taught that. We're not shown that. But you can learn. And that is a huge aspect. Be curious, stay curious. So the next card that came up was from the mystical shaman, is the corn card. And it came up in reverse, and this came up right under the pessimism card. So let us see. It is number 10. Am I going to have to put my glasses on? Probably. Oh, this one didn't get back in because I had to look at it more. There we go. Oh, geez. You would think my contacts would be enough, and sometimes they are. I just have to go with it. Good morning, Susan. Great morning. The essence of the corn card. Corn represents a mother of sustenance and tangible abundance. This symbol represents material property in the world of form that provides stability and sustenance to many. There is more than enough. But this card came up in reverse, and that is the medicine. Beware of shortcuts to your dreams or fast tracks being offered to you now. Be especially mindful of your feelings of entitlement or an expectation to get something for nothing. This is a time for gratitude, perseverance, and humility. Be prepared to work towards your goals and plant the seeds of your intentions consciously and respectfully. Release any insecure thoughts of scarcity, feeling that there is not enough, or worry that someone could take what is yours. And that's what I was talking about this weekend that was absent, which was that competition or not enough, or I'm not enough. And this pessimism that there's not enough, there's never going to be enough. We're going to just have, what we've had, only more of it and more breakdown and all of this. It is a time to stay curious and be willing to put in the effort, because that's the huge disconnect in the world of manifestation, which I love the law of manifestation, the energy of, and because what happens when you work to manifest and the thing that you're manifesting doesn't really happen is you want to look at then what is the wound here? What is the limitation here? What is the truth here within me that is stopping that? That's the work. And so rarely does anything come for free, or might say nothing. There is always a fee in life. My husband's favorite phrase when we got together, one of them that I thought was quite funny, was gas, grass, or ass. Nobody rides for free. That was in the days of hitchhiking. And so it's like there are no free rides in this life. I'm sorry to tell you that. And that is one of the biggest issues we've got in our country. Don't know about the others because I've not lived there. Is this entitlement? You owe me. Truth is, nobody owes you anything, but you can choose to receive what they have to offer. And sometimes it's painful. But when you then stand in your power and you go inward and go, okay, what is here for me to learn, grow, and expand with, then you are in that power. The next card is Maiden, the Revolution. This is exactly where we are at. We are in the maiden energy, in that huge tumultuous. This is when the young woman gets her menses, when she starts becoming that powerhouse of creation that we all are. It's a world. Oh, Maggie's in Ireland. She's one of the healers coming to my retreat to help me facilitate it. She says it's worldwide, Victoria. And I know that. I haven't experienced it in another country, but in all of these worlds, you see the upheaval, the whole thing. And so now it is time to really start owning, particularly as your goddess self, that energy of creation and bringing in what you came in, and only you and your unique, beautiful energy, your goddess energy, can bring in. The next card that came up was Thunder, and it came up in reverse. And this immediately brought to mind I Am My Mother's Savage Daughter song. And at the end, it says, we were all born into this world out of darkness and blood. And the old songs, and deep in our bones, the old songs are waking. Let's sing them to life with thunder and rain. We need to be loud. We need to assert our hearingness, our visibility. Something came to mind when I was doing that thought about what happened this weekend. One of the many things. We are taught as in our aging process that we diminish, we're not important. And many women will decry, I'm invisible out there. And my first thought was, I'm not invisible, damn it, because I am going to dress loud. I'm going to have big hair. I'm going to be vocal. And then I had a few times, and it wasn't this weekend, of feeling invisible and willing to allow that in for a reason that doesn't matter at this point. But this weekend, I only separated myself from this group that decided, we were up on White Buffalo, this incredible land. And they formed a circle, and I was cold, and I had injured my back before I went to this. I'd thrown it out. And so this one rock that I had laid on, this big boulder, had felt really good on my back earlier. And so as they stood, I decided to go lay on that. And it was warmer too. We were getting towards evening. And they went, Victoria, come here. I said, I'm really good right here. My energy's with you. And they went, well, let's move this circle over there. And they encircled me and they put a blanket over me to keep me warm. And it was such a lovely gesture of being included. And I wasn't feeling left out. It was a choice I made to go there. But they wanted to make sure that I was included. And that love, that choice, this is the world we are stepping into. We were a microcosm of this macrocosm. So I want you to understand that. Let's read about thunder. Legend speak of great thunder beings who live in the sky and call for your attention when great occurrences. I can make this easier. And one of the things I usually choose is ease. And they call for your attention when great occurrences are meant to happen in the world. They warn when tensions in a situation are called upon to be released. Their presence in your reading reminds you of the dramatic moments in life that change everything. And what was seemingly a little moment, something that they just instinctively done, was a huge moment for me, a dramatic change, because it was me stepping more into the ownership of who I am and what I bring to this world and how it is valued. So the medicine for this, because thunder came up in reverse, is, do you feel like unnecessary drama is waylaying your life? Could you be exhausted from listening to others tell you their never ending victim story? Or could you be telling yourself of the version of the same? This whole upheaval that we're in is which has been very two-sided for quite some time. This side is feeling victimized and growing this and reveling in it, and the excuses of why all of this is happening to me. And then this side is going, woo, we're in our power. And they're surrounding the other side with their domination of power. Both of them are out of balance. And the truth is, the thunder is that warning of, whoa, we need to find the harmony that exists right on either side of center. We're not really likely to ever get to perfect balance, but that is always the desire. Being towards the center, more in the center. So let go of this, the angst of fear and the angst of anger and the angst of blame and division, and come more into the remembrance of, we are vastly different from one another in our life experience and what we brought into this world to do. We are not going to have the same perspective. So the allowance for those others to be okay. We don't need them to be us in order for us to be okay. We need to be okay. And that's you standing in your power. And again, I can't tell you enough what it means when we bring a group of women together on this retreat. Men can attend, just so you know. There's no reason they can't attend this retreat. So if you are one that's attracted to it, you probably need a lot of mother energy, because that's what happens at these retreats. Consider coming to get that launch point, the shift. There is nothing more intense than working in that retreat atmosphere. And it came to me to call it beyond healing, because it is so much more. It is the standing in the truth and the empowerment of who you are in every aspect. The next god that came up was the Pleiadian star goddess. The star is that internal, that multidimensional, galactic, empowering energy that is you. That is what you get to bring into this world. So it is imperative that you let fall away all the crap that is keeping you from seeing your value, your place, your necessity in this unfolding world, this unfolding lap dance, the unfolding dance of this changing situation. The ghost dance is the card that came up, and again in reverse. And the ghost dance has to do with our ancestors. What number is she? 22. The ghost dance of the American Plains Indians united the spirits of the living with those of the ancestors to bring peace to the world. When the ancestors are honored, they bring harmony to us. When we hold them responsible for all that is wrong with us today, they haunt us. And, for years I did that. I really didn't talk to my ancestors. Good morning, Francesca. I went, you've all caused me enough issues as it is. I don't need to talk to you. Well, they're very different in their ancestral energies, and they want nothing more than for us to flourish, to grow, and they are silently pleading with us to do the healing for them that we can do. And so the medicine, because it came up in reverse, if you are trapped in a vicious cycle of nostalgia, mourning, a lost youth, or opportunities missed, untrue, it is time to make an altar for the ancestors. Collect a few photos, light some incense, offer sage, and open windows of your house to release them to their destiny to the wind. Be wary of being snarled in a relationship with someone from a past lifetime, as the people we loved or hurt have a way of reappearing in our lives. There is no learning for you there anymore. They're no longer able to do to us what we don't choose to let them do. And they are in great need of healing. So when you stand in that star goddess power and bring in that galactic healing energy, that part of us that is beyond the world, and you choose to shed that on your ancestors, and they will when I do that mantra, I'm open, I'm willing, I'm ready, guide me, it is always to only those for the highest and best good in my realm and in my field. So what are you allowing? What are you offering up? You want to be very mindful of what your ancestry can bring to you, and you will only allow in that which is for your growth, your wisdom, your loveliness, and what that means. You have the power. It is time you step into it. It is such an honor to be with you, to be bringing this to you. I humbly ask you to share, to like, to comment, because that grows this whatever effing algorithm is that all of these channels use. And it helps me to complete the life purpose, my deepest desire, which is connect to people all over the world and be a positive healing influence in their life in whatever way I can. So I ask you for your help in that. And I am so grateful for the time you have given me here, because that is your most valued asset. I cannot ever give you back your time. Honor that in others. Thanks so much for joining me. Oh, good. Diane's coming to lunch. Today is Wowie Day. If you're in the Boise area at Outback on Overland at 11:30, all you need to do is come. I'm Victoria Savage, Nurse Savage, on your side, your wisdom guided oracle. Until we meet again.